Okay, so we're going to look at a sequence. It starts off against the cage. Jason's got me here. And what I'm trying to do is, I would like to turn away from him first to be able to get an underhook. All right, solve the head position. Let's assume the head position is not a big problem for now. But we're here, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to work this arm in so that I have some space. I've got my elbow in front now. I've got a collar tie. And now I'm going to work a duck under off of this arm. Now I might use knees and things to sort of distract him from here, from thinking about a duck under as a possibility. The best duck unders, by the way, are really from things like underhooks where you're already closer and you can open up the space under that arm and get through there very quickly. But it's not to say you can't get one from here. I can be holding his wrist, I just don't want to be here when I'm doing it. I can be here, work my way in. As long as my head is close to this shoulder, I might push his arm down and he resists, and I can pop it and come through. Now, since I was already on the collar tie, I'm going to keep my hand here and grab his trap. All right. My hips are going to come around to the side. I'm going to bend my knees and get low and reach all the way through his leg. The mistake people make here is they try to reach around the back of the leg or just inside. I'd like to get all the way around to the front of his thigh. So my forearm is threading inside his legs, and that's where I can rest some weight. While my hips are going forward, I'm looking to the sky. So from here, I've got some real lift, okay? With that deeper grip. Then I can actually turn, tilt his head, and flip his hips around. His legs will land away from me. So from here, once I lift here, then I can actually throw, kind of fling him down and land with a nice clean side control. All right? But it's got to be hips forward, head looking up to the sky, so that I have vertical support in my spine, in my legs. So you got to stack yourself vertically if you're going to lift some weight. And then from here, look for this arm. We'll go Americana on the far arm. He turns in. We'll go Kimura with an underhook. Pulling. Then I let his head out, and I follow him over to back mount. Hooks in, rear naked choke. From there. So just a little flow. That is a positional flow leading to submissions. Americana for side control, north and south is your Kimura. And then very commonly, he's turning over, even for side control, you go all the way around his head and you get your hooks in. And for background, look for the choke. In an MMA context, you don't always get, this is one thing, you don't always get rear naked chokes on good fighters. So if you're talking about a trained MMA opponent, they're usually pretty good at tucking their chin and keeping their shoulders up and moving and getting off center. So from there, it's going to be hitting in anticipation of coming up to mount and doing some other things positionally to facilitate hitting. However, when you're facing someone who doesn't have that kind of training, it pays off well because they leave themselves open to chokes all day and you can get their back and choke them pretty quickly. Okay, so we're back here again. My initial problem is distance in this underhook, all right? So if I can escape my hip and pull this in, then that's good. If I can't get that, I can even be here, raise this up, and turn in, all right? And then I might even use this underhook for my duck under. I don't care if he's got my wrist now, because then I can duck here, all right? And now, at this point, if I'm grabbing his his trap, I'm gonna sink my hips and reach through like this. It's kind of unsettling for him too. All right, so here I am ready to lift, and I'm gonna turn and sort of fling him and he falls away like that. Lands on his back or on his side, sort of looking away from me. But when he goes down, you'll notice his shoulder is under my armpit, so he can't roll away. All right, and I'm looking for this arm, get it. I can look for the Kimura, either pushing or pulling. Let his head out. Follow him over. I can hit from here. Look for the choke, or prepare to change position as he goes off center. Go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and start looking for the escape. Coming up, hitting from there. Next set, positional change to facilitate hitting. All right.